And then you come out your mouth and you say some foolishness like that. Still acting like you damn 7, 16, 15 years old. Who says that? Explain that to me, ladies. At 55 years old, who says that? He's getting on my nerves and everybody's nerves, because he kept telling me how pretty my toes was and all this other stuff, and talking about he would let me take this cigar out my mouth and let you put your toes in it. What is wrong with these men? And he said, you must got a strong throat. What in the freak is wrong with these men? What's wrong with these men? Where is the maturity in these brothers? Baby, let me tell you something. This is part of the reason why I don't want to date. Hey, beautiful people. So, I said today that I was going to take a break from vlogging, but I always have my camera with me. So, I had to come on here and tell you about 2 things that have happened today. First of all, you know how we always talking about how the older men, how the men our age are looking for women that are in their 20s and 30s and maybe very early 40s. How about, I was just at the BP and twice I had these older gentlemen roll up on me at the gas pump. One rolled, he basically circled the BP. He pulled out from his gas to his pump, and he circled the BP. And first of all, I felt him looking at me. Over the gentleman, one thing I did like about him is that he had a very low gray beard that was a little bit longer than a 5 o'clock shadow, but it was white, and it was very well grown. Mind you, now you can tell he had some age on him, because even the hairs on his arms were white. But he was too old for me. He was definitely easily in his 70s. Easily in his 70s. Sorry, I'm not interested. Then the other one pulled up on the other side of the pump for me. And again, that he had a low haircut. No, he had a bald head. I'm sorry. The one that had the gray hairs on his arm and the gray. He had a low haircut that was also white. And it all looked very nice on him. But he was in his 70s. And I just can't do anything with that. I'm just, you know. So the one that pulled up on the other side of the pump, he looked like he was probably well into his 60s. And he too had a nice gray beard. Let me say this to any brothers that might watch this channel. If you have a gray beard and you let it grow out, in my opinion, it ages you. It ages you not in a positive way, because it reminds me too much of Santa Claus, and it just looks, for me, it's not attractive. Number one, I don't like big beards anyway. I like low cut beards. Now, a brother that's got his beard cut low and well groomed and trimmed, even though it's white, love it. I even like a brother who, now, if you got the goatee, definitely love that. I think that is a goatee that is white, very sexy. But y'all throwing all this black beiging on there, trying to hold on to your youth and dyeing it off black or dyeing it black, it grows out within 2 or 3 days, and then you're looking at your roots. So just, brothers, just let it come through. Anyway, so the second brother, he again you know, now he went so far as, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, you got a man, all of that. Not interested. That's something I'm gonna have to work on. I'm gonna have to work on what's my comeback for whenever they say they got a man, but you're not interested, but you want to let them down easily, versus just straight out, flat out lying and saying that you do, which I do. So, which I do sometimes. Sometimes I just be like, you know, no, thank you. But so that's two things. So the brothers that are in there, I guess with us being in our 50s, the brothers in their 80s, 70s, and late 60s, we're their young tenders. We're their young tenders. The caveat for that though is that oftentimes their little pickle don't work. And baby, I can't do nothing with the pickle that don't work. I just can't. I need the pickle. I need the pickle to be pickling, and I need him to be able to travel, go places, do things, and I need him to make sure that he get pedicures, because sometimes whenever they get older, the toenails get thick, and they don't, you know, they don't want to go sit in the salon to get the nails. I need all of that. I need you to smell good. I need you to dress nice. Care about how you dress. Don't wear them barbecue those barbecue sandals with the socks. Need none of that. So that tickled me, because it's like sometimes I forget how old I am. I'm almost 50. I'm like, for me to try and date somebody that's 60, 65 or 62, whatever, I'm like, they too, But Chloe, they ain't that much old. They ain't never like 5 years older than you. What? Anyway, so that's that. The second thing is, y'all, I gotta tell y'all about my win. I pulled up to the BP on Highway 85. I wish this was next weekend when we're going out of town. I pulled up to the BP on Highway 85. I said that I was going to make concerted efforts every day to figure out what has happened that day that made me smile, that made me happy, that was a win. Because we spend so much time focusing on the negative things that's going on around us, the changes. We spend so much time bitching and moaning and pissing about the negative things in life. What's going on with Trump, what's going on with the gentleman that was, you know, thing that happened with him, that, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, Cardi B and all her drama, just all the celebrity drama, celebrity gossip. We take all of that negative energy in to the point that it drowns out anything positive or good that has happened. This traffic is stupid here. I gotta say that. I'm in traffic again. But and you guys help me get through the traffic. Between my books and talking to you guys, it's just like things just flow. But anyway, y'all, I got some mid-grade gas here in the ATL on Highway 85 at BP at that for $2.95. Baby, you can't tell me that, baby. My day is made. My day is made. I have won for the day. I have won the day. Not won for the day. I have won the whole day. $2.95 for mid-grade. Well, I'm about to get back to my book. I gotta talk to my girl Chiquita about why. She said I gotta wait until I finish the book before she can tell me why she feels like this book is, it resonates so much more with being relatable for me versus the other two. Baby, this BDSM stuff is we gotta talk about that on the podcast, because I can't stress enough, y'all. I understand we like to get choked, but baby, some of the stuff that they got going on, I'm like, okay, that's what y'all doing. Shit, I ain't judging. Okay, I'll whoop a man's ass if that's what he want. If he want me to flog him or spank him or tell him what he should not do, or charge him $20,000 because he did something he wasn't supposed to do, and he paid me $20,000. Yeah, baby, I will whoop you, and yeah, I will. So this podcast. I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like, Chloe, are you procrastinating? What are you afraid of? What is it that's holding you back? Why are you trying to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect? I'm filming something tonight. I don't care if it's just a little bit, a snippet, an introduction, because I done went on ChatGTP. I done came up with a whole outline and all this stuff that I want to do and the things that I want to talk about. And everybody keep giving me these ideas. And I got these people who say that they want to be on a podcast. They want to come sit on my couch, or they want to do it remote. I have everything that I truly need in order to do what I need to do. What are you afraid of, Chloe? Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, your podcast is just about sitting down and having a conversation. That's it. I used to whenever I used to do my podcast before, that was my intro. Let's have a conversation. That was my intro. Let's have a conversation. So we're going to have a conversation tonight. We are. And I'm not about to give y'all another car chronicle. Let me get up here to Micro Center again. This is my last goddamn trip to Micro Center. If I don't get everything that I need today, that's it. That's it. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all a little later. Love you, bye. Hey, beauties. So I've been running and ripping. Let me get y'all on camera. Let me get y'all straight. I've been running and ripping all day long. I was supposed to have been... Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, that's much better. I've been running and ripping all day long. I was actually supposed to have been vlogging today, but I have been so busy. And then one of my girlfriends, the one who her and her husband do the tailgate, she's the wife of my old coach, hit me up last minute and was like, they love my yams from the tailgate the week before last, and she asked me to make some more. And so I had actually already started working on the baked beans and the macaroni and cheese to take over to my friend's house, whose birthday was celebrating, his 55th birthday. And I'm praying to God that those baked beans and stuff is not just all over the place. I do have them. I just left them in the cart. But so I didn't want to get home tonight and try and cut up all of those potatoes, because I cube my potatoes. I don't slice them, I cube them. So I didn't want to get home tonight and try and cube those potatoes, and I just did not want to fix them tonight, because my plan is to take them up there early in the morning, as I usually do, set up my my chair and everything, so whenever I go back at game time, I'm right there in front of the TV. So I've been like on go. I haven't had a chance to even freaking breathe. Nevertheless, we're now on our way over here. The game starts in 8 minutes. It's saying I should be there in about 9 minutes. He's not that far. He's like 3 miles away. But here's the kicker. So our little crew back in the day used to be called Magic. Mr. Asa, whose birthday party it is today. Jared, whose birthday was earlier this week. Chloe and Kashil. Kashil, my best friend, one of my best friends. So we called ourselves Magic. M-A-J-C-K, Magic. Jared girlfriend took him to Cancun for his 50th birthday, so he can't be there. But everybody else is going to be there. I'm just going to throw that out there. Everybody else is going to be there. So this is going to be very, very interesting for me because I haven't visually put my eyes on my ex. I think it was like, this is 2015. I think it was like 2011 maybe. So it's really been like 14 years. It might have not been as long. It might have been 12 years. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping count. But this is going to be, it's going to be very interesting because like I said, we haven't seen each other. You know, we might trade memes or send, you know, videos or something on social, but that's it. That's why, you know, I try to explain to everybody is that there's nothing there. Nevertheless, this is definitely going to be interesting. Now, I'm going to say, I'm not even sure if he is going to be there, but he was invited. That's all I know. And then, you know, he may bring his wife. If he brings his wife, it would be great. I get to meet her. We'll both be sitting up there with short blonde hair looking just alike. But if he brings her, that would be absolutely, that would be awesome too, because they've been together, like I said, they've been together since we broke up and we officially stopped dealing with each other in like 2011, and I think they've been together since like 2012, 14, something like that. But yeah, so on my way over here, did not make it to Madison. I was supposed to go to Madison because there was actually a tailgate down there with my other best friend Mo that's in Madison. But with Asa has invited me to his birthday party, his get-togethers, his cookouts, his tailgates. He's invited me so many times, and I always say I'm gonna go, but I never go. So I said today, and it's his double nickel, because hell, we all he's turning 55. He turned 55, and then I'm turning 55. So it's our double nickels, and I'm losing so many people that I truly cherish and care about, that I want to make sure that I show them that I love them and that they are important to me while they're here. Finding out that my homeboy, who has been fighting cancer for some years now, has been told that there's nothing else that they can do. And I talked to him the other day, and he was like, you know, he said, Chloe, I fought so hard. He said, I was trying to fight so hard. And I know he was. And so that has just been so heavy on me ever since I found out about it. I mean, when I say y'all, it's been sitting heavy on me. It's been sitting so heavy on me. So yeah, I want to make sure that I let the people know who are important to me, that they are important to me, by being there, showing up, seeing them, talking to them, spending time with them. So I'm almost here. Let me see which way am I supposed to be going. I know where I'm supposed to actually be going, but I bet JR Crickets is packed from everybody. Oh yeah, let me say this right quick. Go Dogs. So yeah, JR Crickets, I can see across there. JR Crickets is packed. They're parking all across the street, so I already know it's and then they have they now have a humidor cigar area on the patio, so I already know that it's gonna be off the chain over there. But nevertheless, I'm getting ready to pull up. My girlfriend Kia should be here along with Kia and Tia. I invited Kia and Tia. I also had invited Lish, but she had something that came up, so she wasn't able to go. So yeah. So I will holler back at you beauties later. I'll probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to pull my camera out or not, to film, while we're at the birthday party. Not sure if I'm going to pull it out. I might not. But anyway, I'm turning on the street now, and I will holler back at you beautiful people later.
Show me a picture. I just got you here.
Nothing. Okay. Beautiful people. First, let me say this. Asa's house is absolutely beautiful. The snippet that you guys see, you can't really see just how beautiful the house is. Love it. Love to see black people doing good. Love to see black people prospering. Love to see black people in love, married, successful. Love that. That's first and foremost. Always gonna, try and start out with something positive. However, let me say this. It was when I said it was some brothers up in there, baby, it was some brothers up in there. It was packed as usual because that's Asa's. That's how Asa roll. It was packed as usual. Look at all these cars. All these cars. I don't even know how all these people got in crickets. It was packed as usual. He's like someone that everybody from Decatur knew. Very popular, cool as a fan, just a really awesome guy. But baby, one thing that isn't me, but sometimes I don't like being around people that, so tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm not bougie, I'm not stuck up, I'm not arrogant, I don't think I'm better than anybody, I'm not any of those things. But sometimes I really don't like being around a lot of people that I've been knowing for since we were younger, because some people just don't mature. Some people don't mature. Some people don't progress. Some people still just still drunk as hell, trying to holler and look a hot mess, act a hot mess, sound a hot mess. And it's just like, and then it's like, this one particular guy sounds, you Hollywood now, you Hollywood, you think you all that now. You all that now, Chloe. No, it's not that, but I'm just chilling. I'm just sitting down, and whenever I go out, I've always been like that. I'm not gonna say I've always been like that. Whenever I was younger, going to the skating rink, you do your walking, hanging inside the Cal Mall, you walk. But once I got to be like in my 20s, when I go to the club, I get somewhere and I post up and I sit down and I'm just chill. Just chill. Let me just be chill. Don't come over here with all the rah-rah stuff. Don't come over here, girl. I've been knowing you since we was in high school. Oh, you don't hang out at such and such and such and such. Oh, you too good to hang out. No, it's not that I'm too good to hang out there. It's just that y'all the same Negroes doing the same stuff. Y'all was getting drunk, being loud, telling lies, trying to holler at every goddamn body. Example. So one particular person, and mind you, I used to actually have a crush on him when we was in high school. I'm not gonna say his name. Dresses really nice. He was bad as hell in high school. We was all bad as hell. We was all fighting, getting in trouble, whatever. But he used to have a little crush on him. And even as an adult, we've run into each other, traded phone numbers in our younger 20s or whatever, had conversations on the phone, and that was it. But tonight, we're sitting over, I see him. I ain't seen him in years. When I say years, I ain't seen him in years. So we over there talking, we, reminiscing, talking about who, what, where, and when. Just reminisce about back in the day. And one thing I don't like is that when you run into people that you went to school with or you grew up with, especially guys, that might be trying to, they might like you, be trying to holler at you. It's hard for you not to say no whenever they ask you for your number, because y'all go all the way back 30 something years. So it's like, you don't be trying to, put on, and you don't be trying to act like you better or whatever. And then y'all just been knowing each other forever. So it's like, hey, what's your number? Catch up. So we sitting there chopping up, talking. So we started talking about some people we know, mutual person we know. He called him bruh, I call him bruh. Matter of fact, this particular person taught me how to ride motorcycles. Changed the battery on my motorcycle, taught me how to maintain my motorcycle. This bruh. I know I talk, and I know I have a lot of brothers, but let me say this about that. Men that like me or try and holler at me, especially we've been knowing each other for a long, long time since we was younger, I turn them into brothers, to set that boundary. Especially if they're cool people, but I just don't, whatever. But this particular person, he was bad as hell in high school. He's 2 years older than me. He was bad as hell in high school, and he was in a gang. And I was bad as hell in high school. And I wasn't in a gang, but I used to be around them. I was real tight so they had a male gang called Down by Law. Anybody that's from Atlanta or Decatur that's watching this, they're gonna roll with it. They know what I'm talking about. And then we had a female gang called Lady Law. So with Lady Law, I was cool with a lot of the girls that was in Lady Law. Like I said, I was bad as hell, fighting all the time, getting in trouble, getting kicked out of school, but I was not in a gang at all. Some of us went to high school together, and I just knew them. So that's that. So this particular person, the one who taught me how to ride a bike, all this other stuff, he calls me his little sister, call him my big brother, we just always been like that. So the guy that was there when we was, reminiscing and stuff, he was like, yeah, I was trying to get, XYZ to come and stuff, and, told him to come on. He didn't come. So I called him on the phone. What's up, bruh? And he was like, Nancy, what's going on? I said, well, why you ain't come to the party, this and the third, or something? We're talking to this person. And so I put them on the phone together, and, they talking, they chopping it up, whatever. So then I hear this person say to him, somebody, yeah, man, somebody, so I ain't gonna step on your toe, because I know you done, whatever, woo. And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? Me and this person ain't never got down like that. He literally is like a brother to me. We've never crossed that boundary. He's never even tried to holler at me in that way. And so he was like, yeah, he's like, I know that motherfucker been fine her whole goddamn life. She was fine when we was in high school. That motherfucker fine. She's still fine. Blah blah blah. All this stuff. So I know that pussy good. You 55 years old. Matter of fact, you turned 55 today. It's not the person who party we went to. It's not that person, because he actually turned 55 the other day. But all of us grew up together, hanging out in the streets, this, that, and third. Woo. But you a grown man, and by this time I had already put my number in his phone, and then you come out your mouth and you say some foolishness like that. Since I know that. Y'all, I'm like, what the fuck? You still acting like you damn 7, 16, 15 years old. Who says that? Explain that to me, ladies. At 55 years old, who says that? Who says that? And why would you say something like that? Why? You know, when I say I'm so disgusted, I'm so freaking disgusted. Then he done left, you know, whatever. So this other guy that's sitting, first of all, is one guy that's sitting there. He's getting on my nerves and everybody's nerves, because he kept telling me how pretty my toes was and all this other stuff, and talking about he would let me take this cigar out my mouth and let you put your toes in it. What the fuck is wrong with these men? Dude, you are 50 something years old. Older than me, I think, by a year. You pushing 60. And you say, I mean, just getting on all out there. Hey, sitting down there, that you just, you know, you sexy, you fine as a motherfucker. You a bad bitch. What grown ass woman, what seasoned sister thinks that it is a compliment for a man to say to her that you are a bad ass bitch? What in the hell is wrong with these dang men? Is that supposed to be attractive or appealing? And you just, I mean, he got to the point where my girls got up and they went inside to watch the game. So they left me out there. I'm sitting there. Hey, look at me. What? And I don't know if he was drunk or had been smoking crack. Because I think I heard from years ago, I think this particular person had got strung out on dope real bad. I don't think that I don't know. Only thing I know is that, so the guys that I really didn't know that I really didn't know, they were respectful. You know, there was a lot of guys there that were looking. My friend whose party it was, he came down there and told me, he said, hey, you got a whole fan club up there. And I'm like, who? And that's when he told me that the guy who, I know he told me he was up there. And I was like, well, where he at? Because we all went to school, you know, whatever. So I'm thinking I have a positive reaction to him saying that he's up there. But then he came down here and just destroyed everything by opening by just, y'all, I'm just this is part of the reason why I keep my ass at home. I'm trying to get out of that, because I keep telling myself, Chloe, you ain't gonna never meet nobody if you just stay in the house. No, what do you expect them to do? Break in the house and that's how you're gonna meet them? They're gonna have to break in. Try to make sure where I'm at. You can't meet them. They're gonna break in the house to meet you. So I'm trying to get out more, go places, do things, you know, put myself out there. But this right here is part of the reason why I'm so disinterested in men. Before I got ready to go, the other guy who kept saying, I know you from somewhere, he wasn't a bad looking brother. He was a little shorter than I prefer, but I'm not one of those people who is just hung up on a man's height. I have preferences, but I'm not hung up on a man's height. Wasn't too impressed by the way he dressed, but I'm not one of those women who would just totally discount a man because of what he have on, based on how his approach is and his conversation. He just had on a polo t-shirt with the pocket on it, some jeans that was too big. I don't like men who wear real big jeans. I like them to sit on your hip. And he had on some sneakers, but he had a baseball cap. We're at a barbecue. You ain't got to get G'd up. You know, it is what it is. So he kept saying, I know you from somewhere. And, you know, he was a nice looking brother. I didn't know where or not. So I was like, well, do you know me from whose party it was? Because I used to be at his house all the time, you know, back in the day, you know, this, that, and third, whatever. no, it ain't that, it ain't that. So he told me that he was from Chicago. I asked him how long he been here. And see, this is the thing. He told me, yeah, he was sitting over there. He told me he was probably, I'm sure I'm older than you. Yes, I doubt you older than me. I said, are you older than a double nickel? And he was like, yeah. So then I asked him how long, further in the conversation, how long had he been here? He said he had been here for like forever. He's not from here. He's from Chicago. He had been here forever. Okay, well, how long you been here? He said about, 20 something years or however long he said a long time. So then we talking more, and he says he went to whatever he said it was, but he said something about 90. And I'm like, 90? I said, if you was in school in 90, baby, I said, you younger than me. I said, because I came out in 88. I suppose it came out in 89 because my birthday come late, but I got put in Head Start. So I'm 88. So now you're lying. Why lie? So then he said, oh, I was smoking a cigar. Shame on me. I was smoking a cigar, and he said something about you must got a strong throat. What in the freak is wrong with these men? What's wrong with these men? What is wrong? Where is the maturity in these brothers? What in the hell? And before that, we had been talking back and forth, and he was like, yeah, talking about I'm gonna take you on a trip. I'm gonna get to know you. I'm gonna take you on a trip. I'm gonna have to take you. I think he said to Cancun or somewhere like that. I'm gonna take you on a trip. Somebody say, I'm paying. I'm gonna take you on a trip, and it's gonna be my treat and have to pay. I said, baby, if you're taking me on a trip, it's gonna have to be your treat. If you're talking about you gonna take me on a trip. So then, he just kept on talking. Telling us, yeah, I'm gonna take you out. You've been telling us I'm gonna take you to the fish market. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, but fish market. You ever been to the fish market? Baby, I'm a grown ass damn fucking woman. I am almost 55 years old. Yes, I've been to the fish market. So no, I'm not impressed about going to the fish market. So then he said something about taking me to, did he say canoe? Okay. So then he said he was gonna take me to Julio's. Not Julio's. What's the name of the darn restaurant on I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's a restaurant that's over off Peachtree Industrial. He tells I'm gonna take you there for some. Listen to this foolishness now. Julian's. Is it Julian's? Julio. I can't think of the name of it. But it's a Mexican restaurant that's on Peachtree Industrial that's right there next to the strip club. He says, yeah, I'm gonna take you to, let's say, Julio's and get you some crab legs. What? Baby, let me tell you something. This is part of the reason why I don't want to fucking date. Excuse me. This is going on YouTube. I'm sorry for cussing. YouTube, please do not. Please monetize my content. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm going to have to bleep this out. I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm going to have to cut that part out. But this is part of the reason why I really am just chill on dating. Do you hear me? This is part of the reason why I am so chill on dating. Because it's like men don't know how to approach women. Men don't know how to have a conversation with women. Men don't know how to talk to women. How you gonna take me to Uncle Julio's, give me some crab legs, and I guess I'm supposed to be impressed? Baby, what it's 11:53. I'm finna get my butt up in this house with all this cuteness I got going on. Shower, get in my bed, and get ready to take these sweet potatoes up here tomorrow. You know what? I don't even feel like, at this point, I don't know what I'm going to feel like tomorrow. But what I am going to say is that right now, at this point, I'm going to probably chill. Right now, I don't even want to be bothered. I don't even want to be bothered right now. Okay, so I'm home. I even left my cart, my little red wagon. I left my red wagon, y'all, at the party. I was so thoroughly disgusted and ready to go. I didn't even go back inside and get my y'all didn't look at this, child. Okay, so these are my cute shoes, baby. Look,